Hello everyone. Today I'm going to present on Introduction to AWS IAM, which stands for Identity and Access Management. IAM is one of the most important services in AWS because it is responsible for security and access control. In cloud environments, many users access resources, so IAM helps ensure that only authorized users can access specific services and data. The topics I'm going to cover in this presentation are what is IAM, IAM as a service, types of policies, what can IAM do, users, groups, roles, users versus roles, permissions, and IAM best practices. What is IAM? IAM is a web service provided by AWS that allows us to securely control access to AWS resources. It helps us manage users, permissions, security credentials, etc. In simple terms, IAM answers there are three main questions. Who can access AWS? What resources can they access? What actions can they perform? For example, a developer may have a permission to create EC2 instances, while a viewer may only have permission to view data. This is the architecture of AWS IAM. It has identities and permissions. In permissions, we have policies and statements, while in identities, we have users, groups, roles, and credentials. IAM as a service. IAM is a global and free service in AWS, meaning it is not limited to any specific region. It provides centralized control of all users and permissions, secure access to AWS services, integration with many AWS services. Some important features include shared access, granular permissions, secure access, identity federation, etc. Multiple users can work on same AWS account. Permissions can be given very specifically. Supports password policies and multi-factor authentication. Allows login user external systems like Google and Active Directory. IAM help organizations maintain high security and proper access management. These are the following features we have already discussed. The types of policies. The policies are the JSON based document that define permissions. There are mainly two types of policies. Managed policies, created and managed separately, can be attached to multiple users, groups, roles in your AWS account. It can be reusable and easy to maintain. Whereas inline policies directly attach to a single user, group, or role. Use it for specific or one-time permissions. Additionally, there are resource-based policies which are attached directly to resources like S3 buckets. Policies define are allowed actions, denied actions, resources, conditions, etc. So overall, the policy acts as a rulebook for access control. What can IAM do? IAM can create and manage users, groups, roles, permissions, etc. AWS users are not bound to one region. IAM provides several functionalities such as creating groups to organize users, assigning roles for temporary access, defining permissions using policies, managing security credentials like password and access keys. IAM is not region specific, so users can access services all across AWS regions. It plays a key role in maintaining security, organization, and controlling AWS accounts. Users. A user in an IAM represents an individual person, application, or a service. Each user have a unique credentials such as username, password, access keys. There are two types of users, IAM user and federated users. IAM users created and managed within AWS while federated users managed externally. User can access AWS services based on the permissions assigned to them. For example, a student user may only view data, an admin user may have full control. So, users are basic identities in IAM. Groups. A group is a collection of IAM users managed membership as a simple list. Groups may simplify permission management. Instead of assigning permissions individually, we assign permissions to the group. The key points about the group are users can be added or removed easily. A user can be belong to multiple groups. User cannot contain other groups. Groups do not have login credentials. Example, admin group have full access, developer group have limited access, tester group have only read-only access. Groups improve efficiency and reduce management complexity. Roles. Roles are used to grant permissions temporarily to the users and services. Roles are assumed when needed and do not have permanent credentials. Types of roles include service roles, cross-account roles, identity provider roles, etc. Service rules are used by AWS services like EC2 Lambda, while cross-account rules are used to access resources in another AWS accounts. Identity provide rules are used for external users. For example, an EC2 instance can assume a role to access S3 without storing access keys. Roles improve security by avoiding permanent credentials, providing temporary access, reducing risk of credential leakage. So roles are very important for secure access. AWS supports OpenID Connect and SAML 2.0 Federation. IAM Console. The IAM console is available under the Security, Identity and Compliance section in AWS. It provides tools to manage user and roles, view permissions, monitor security settings. It also integrates with services like Resource Access Management, Cognito, the Secret Management. This makes IAM easy to use and manage. User versus roles. User and roles both provide access, but they have differences. User and roles are credentials for authorization. Users have long term access while roles provide temporary permissions. Roles are used for short term access, and users are used for long term access. Users can directly assign permissions, while roles assumed when they need it. So, in simple terms, users are permanent identities, while roles are temporary identities. The user have password, access key, and belong to a group, but the role can be associated with AWS resources for specific uses. Permissions. Permissions define what actions can user can perform on AWS resources. These permissions are assigned using policies. Important points are by default, all users have no permissions. Permissions must be explicitly granted. Permissions can allow or deny actions. For example, allow read data from S3, deny delete EC2 instances. Permission can ensure controlled and secure accesses. IAM best practices. To ensure security, AWS requires the following best practices. Create individual users instead of sharing the accounts. Use groups to manage permissions efficiently. Follow the principles of least privilege. Enable multi-factor authentication for extra security. Avoid using root account for daily tasks. Rotate passwords and access keys regularly. Use roles instead of storing credentials. Monitor activities using AWS CloudTrail. Apply strong password policies. Restrict privilege access with conditions. This practice helps protect AWS resources from unauthorized access. To conclude, IAM is a powerful service that helps managing security and access control in AWS. It ensures that only authorized users can access resources, permissions are properly controlled, security is maintained across the system. IAM plays a critical role in protecting AWS environment. Now, we show a practical about AWS IAM. Log into the AWS Management Console. Search for IAM in a search bar. Click on to the IAM and open IAM in a dashboard. Click Users in the left side. Click on Create User. Enter a username. Here I am entering student1. Select an access type. It was actually optional. You can choose whatever you want. You can enter an password. You can choose an auto-generated password or a custom password. Here I'm choosing a custom password. Click on Next. Don't change the permission options. Add the user to the group. Set permission boundary. It is optional. I'm not setting permissions. Click on to the next one. Here is the review about the user you have created. Next, choose Create User. You have successfully created an user. Here, copy this URL. The username is your student and this is your password. Download the CSV file. Return to the users list. Here is the user you have created right now. Second one is user groups. Click onto the user groups. Click create a group and a group name. Here I'm entering admin as my group name. You can directly add these users into your group. I'm adding student into my group. I'm giving account management policy. Create a user group. Now you can see my user group. I'm click on my admin and here I'm having my username student. Go to the IAM dashboard. Click on the roles. Here, click on the create role. Choose an trusted entity type. Here I'm choosing AWS services. You can choose whatever AWS service and the most commonly used services is EC2 or Lambda. Here I'm choosing Amazon EMR serverless. Click on to the next. Permission policy. Here I'm not changing any types of permission policies. It is actually AWS managed. This is my role name, AWS service role for Amazon EMR serviceless, where I'm not editing any type of trusted entities or permissions. Create a role. You can see we have created an AWS service role for Amazon EMR serverless. The ending of my presentation. If you found my content useful or insightful, please like, comment, and follow me for more updates. I'll share